Hello again, folks. I'm going to do something a bit different today. I've been doing DVDs, as some of you will know, and my wife made a suggestion. I'm always getting emails from people around the world who have seen a program that I was in called Colour in Your Life. And after that was shown worldwide through various TV channels and so on, I've had a lot of people come back to me and say, John, who made that easel? Whereabouts is it available? What make is it? And I unfortunately have to say to them, look, I'm sorry, you can't buy them. It's a homemade one. I was very fortunate to be given the design, or the idea for the design, many years ago by painter friends. For medium weight easels, it's possibly the best in the world. Which sounds as if I'm skiting. Well, it's not my design, so I feel I can say that. But it will stand incredible winds. I paint on panels outdoors. I mount the canvas on a panel. So the easel carries quite a big canvas, and I'll show you how it sits on it in a wee while when we get to the end of this. In the meantime, let's look at the easel itself. Now you can see there's the three legs inside it, and the legs fold out and then are positioned in the corner. It's a folded metal aluminium inside. That was a very recent idea. A friend gave me that thought. He's a metal worker, engineer, and he said you could make the middle of those out of metal. And so I just used the wood around the outside. Both of my easels now are in this version. Much quicker and easier to build because you've got this folded shape to work to, whereas it used to be all ply and timber, and that was far more difficult to make. So they're a bit easier now, and that's how the legs work. They just turn around once you've taken them out of that corner slot there, and they fold back up into the case of the easel itself. Now, one of the things that's important is that the legs need to pivot in two directions, of course. They need to fold and they need to turn. And so here is some detail of the part that I had to have made for each leg. It's simply a bolt with a large washer soldered onto it, and a fitting that the leg snuggles into so that it can pivot in every direction. And this is what they look like. These legs come from a camera tripod. It's a Slick Able 300 DX. I'll just show you the inside. Now you'll see that the lid comes up, and when you put the lid up like that, you can see it there. Inside here there's a little 10mm fixed ring spanner, and you just tighten those, there's two bolts, one on each side. You can see them there, and I just tighten those up, and you'd be amazed. All these other ones you don't have to worry about, just those two that you tighten up, and that will withstand the most violent wind. It's incredible. You saw the pallet come out. I lifted it out. It slips back in there all the time when you've finished a painting. So there's what it looks like opened out. Now you can see, if you look inside there, you've got these cavities. Obviously these floors here are higher because the legs are under them. Down here is the area you're seeing down here. All right, legs fitting between, and that's where, in there is where my paints go, and down there is where the brushes go. You can see on the side here there's a slider gadget that sticks up. It just goes down, because when you pull the pallet out, obviously it sits in there, and you can see there's a block of wood to hold it down flat. It just sits down and flat. That's why I cleared it off in the centre every time I finish painting and leave the lumps there, because that then sits on the clean bit and doesn't get paint all over it. That there is the surf stretcher, bungee, whatever you want to call it, and that hooks the painting down. So it's held in place. Now, if I just move that over there, you'll see that if I lift that up now, when it's windy, the brushes sit in those little grooves. You'd be amazed how annoying it can be if you haven't got that and you sit your brushes down there and then they start blowing and rolling and carrying on. So that's what that's about. Very simple. Works well. Now, I've already set one here on its legs. Now, we open the lid on site. You put the legs out and you then lift up the lid. This one's got the same lift up system for the brushes. Loads of brushes inside. And of course, all the paints are in the back here as I showed you. Along the sides there, I don't need to carry brushes there. I've got plenty of space in here. So I buy my white, my Winsor & Newton white. I buy that and because I use more white than anything else, I think that's fairly consistent with most people. They fit quite nicely into those side slots and the palette holds them down. And the whole idea, of course, is that the palette fits into the box very neatly so that brushes and things can't get over the top, they can't get out from under. And so everything stays nice and clean and tidy. And I'll get the painting. And as you'll see, it sits on there perfectly happily. And just to finish off, from behind, you can see that I can now get the stretchy and put it over the top. And over the top there. That's held by that little wooden detail down there. I'll take the camera off so you see there's a little wooden detail there, and that holds the bungee, which you can take off if you want to. It just slips out the bottom, and that goes up the lid and over the top of the canvas or the panel. And you can see that the ends of the bungee, the hooked ends, just clip over that to keep them out of the way so they don't get in the paint. And so that's how the whole thing works. It's very simple. Simple concept that works really, really well. Anyway, if you're interested, let me know, and I'll think about drawing some plans up. But this might be enough for you to get the gist of what I'm on about, and you may find yourself the proud owner of a own built easel at some point.